Not gonna lie, I had no real plan to review this movie, and the more I heard about it, the more I wanted to see it. So I saw it. I guess now I'm gonna talk about it. The Edge of 17. And for those of you who've been asking for the past few videos that I've done, I've been sick. Like, really, it's just shitty cold that's made my voice lower and more raspy. Let's hope we're going for sexy John's voice here. It's just sick me, though. On with the review. So The Edge of 17 is a coming-of-age story starring Hailee Steinfeld. A series of events have happened in her life that's led to her being kind of a standoffish, awkward, but she's in high school. A lot of people, myself included, we're all awkward in high school. She's brash, like awkward, but alright, it's the perspective of the person in high school who would spend their lunches in the teacher's classroom, eating lunch in an empty classroom with the teacher. I did that in 10th grade. In the height of my awkwardness, I was watching the movie, I was like, oh my god, I did that. So The Edge of 17 it's a coming of age story starring a girl, which made me go, I'm not gonna relate to this movie. It's not going to be me. Shows what I know, because the movie's actually pretty sweet. And it's hard to explain to people why it's good. It's a coming of age story starring a girl in high school who's awkward. And no, dude, don't worry, guys. You're totally going to relate to this movie. And then she has a friend, and there's tension that grows between those two. But don't worry, guys. You're going to relate to the movie. I can't describe the movie that will tell guys out there that they can relate to this movie. I'm Downton Abbeying the whole thing. Yeah, you know people who watch Downton Abbey and they try to explain it to you, and you're like, oh, fuck no. There's no way that's clicking for me. But apparently everyone loves Downton Abbey. That's this movie. Edge of 17 is completely relatable to everybody. If you've gone through high school, that is, but I swear it'll click for you. Hailee Steinfeld was great in this movie. I mean, she was great in True Grit. We knew that girl was going to be a star. This girl has some talent. We didn't know how much talent. And then I saw her in Pitch Perfect 2. I wasn't really a fan of Pitch Perfect 2, but I thought she was good in it. And I was interested to see where she would go. This movie right here, holy shit. This girl has great comedic timing, delivery. The dialogue is just written in a very realistic way, delivered in a perfect way. Woody Harrelson's in this movie. He's great. He's a teacher. He pretty much talks to his students, and her especially, like I respond to idiot tweets on Twitter. You have to just look at it and be like, I'm going to give you solid sarcasm right now because you're being dumb. And I really love that because every teacher wants to say that and they can't. So their only outlet is hoping that a movie illustrates that in a well-written way, well-executed way for them. And now they have that. And that's what I mean by everyone can relate to this movie. This movie's a coming-of-age story for sure, and it really does illustrate and show that the coming-of-age thing was awkward for everybody, male, female, in high school, which really shows us that we're all just part of the same compost heap, really. You think you're special? You are not special. You are not a beautiful and unique snowflake. If you were awkward in high school, so were a lot of other people. People showed it in different ways. People dealt with it in different ways. And I really love that. It really does bridge the gap. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. I mean, if you're an older brother, you'll get this movie. If you're a younger sibling, you'll get this movie. If you're a parent, you'll get this movie. If you're a teacher, you'll get this movie. If you're a douchebag, there's a spot in here for you. But the movie was really sweet. It really was. In a way that it's hard to find a coming-of-age story that you might see as like the Ferris Bueller's Day Off for today's generation. Dope was one that we got recently that I thought was great. I think it's great that this generation has this movie. As predictable as the movie is, undeniably. I mean, there are situations where I'm like, this situation is going to end like this. It did. The next situation is, oh, it's going to end like this. It did. But it's not about the predictability, and it's not about the outcome. It's about the path to. Guys, in the end, The Edge of 17 was truly a bridge builder. It really was. I went into this movie going, I'm not going to relate to a coming-of-age story from a girl in high school at all. My problems were different than her problems. Holy shit, some of my problems were the same as her problems. Because teenagers, generally speaking, see every situation under one lens, and that is the sky is falling. And it's not always so. You don't have to make it that. And the movie's funny, too. I gotta address that. Between the writing, the execution among the actors, and the situational circumstances, the movie is quite hysterical. And not only is it funny, but it blends comedy and drama with such synergy in a way that a lot of movies try to do, but very few movies actually end up succeeding in doing. I want to see more from this director. I want to see more from Hailee Steinfeld, and I will say The Edge of 17 is worth watching, and I strongly recommend buying it on Blu-ray. I feel like I might love this movie more as time goes on. Who knows? By the time I do my top 10 of the year, I have no idea how it's going to go down. I can see this movie aging like a fine wine. But as I stand right now, that's my review, and that's what I'm sticking with. So, The Edge of 17, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite coming-of-age story? Empire Strikes Back counts. Yes, but it's so obvious. You gotta go with something else. Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.